If you do intense calisthenics, you know that you can't make progress when you are injured or constantly sore. And this is one of the most overlooked parts in building strength. And in today's video, I want to give you a simple strategy that you can follow to maximize your progress, but without actually getting injured and being sore all the time. In fact, the idea for today's video came from a great question by Steve on my how to build strength so fast it feels like cheating video. He asked about warm-ups and off days. Thank you for asking such a smart question, Steve. To give you an example of how I personally warm up before my super intense calisthenic exercises, I most of the time do 10,000 steps right before my training. I'm already pre-warmed and I'm not doing anything apart from this. But in those days where I'm not doing my 10,000 steps or my cardio training right before my exercises, I would do some small stretches and maybe some shoulder rotations and just basically warm up my joints. I would do some clapping movements to warm up my chest. Then I would stretch my arms and my triceps. And in the moment I'm doing that, my goal is never to fatigue the muscles, but only to warm them up and to increase my mobility. The thing is, when we are doing this form of exercising where we are starting from failure basically, then we don't want to have the muscles fatigued already before we are jumping into the exercise, because then our intensity will be not as much anymore and we might not have the progress that we want to have because we already fatigued the muscle inside of our warm-up phase, and that is definitely not the goal here. So always make sure, if you are not walking the 10,000 steps or do your cardio training before your actual workout session, that you are going to gently warm yourself up. Don't go overboard with the warm-up. 5 minutes is way more than enough already. Hi, my name is Dennis and I create simple, honest fitness content. I really appreciate you watching this video. Welcome to my channel. If you don't want to miss out on future content exactly like this one, then make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's talk about recovery and off days, and I want to give you an example of how I personally do that. Usually my workouts are super high intense and I'm starting training at failure, like I explained in that other video. And basically when I have my push day on Monday, then I will see on Tuesday here how much muscle fatigue I actually have. And if my muscle fatigue is, let's say, a 9 out of 10 painful and I will not be able to move my upper body in a sense, then I will on Tuesday go with leg day, or maybe I will exercise my core. And in the moment I'm doing leg day here on this day, in the next day on Wednesday, I will see how much muscle fatigue I still have in my upper body and in my legs now, and I will readjust my pain level basically. And if my upper body is good to go, let's say a 4 out of 10, then on Wednesday I will now go with either again a push day, or in this case maybe a pull day, and I'm deciding this in case of what I feel like exercising the most. So basically if I feel like, okay, I'm not having too much muscle ache in my push muscles anymore, like in my triceps and my chest whatsoever, then cool, I feel like doing a push day on Wednesday again, even though I had it on Monday. I'm gonna go with a push day now again. But if I don't feel like a push day, then I will just do a pull day instead, which also trains the upper body, but I will have a lot more fun with those exercises. And I will repeat that now on Thursday here, where I'll be like, you know what, my pull motion muscles, all of my obliques, for example, or maybe my back muscles, they are super fatigued and they are hurting me. But my pushing muscles are okay now. So I will now go on this day again with a push day, or a leg day if my legs are not hurting me. And I'm doing this super intuitively so that I always train the muscle groups that I want to train, because in the moment I have fun with the exercises, I will most likely also do like a very intense training and I will have a lot of progress because I'm enjoying my journey basically. And once you are doing this very intuitively, you will very quickly learn of when and how, like at what pain level basically your muscles are still too fatigued. And then when you learn yourself, or when you learn about your own muscles, you will make this very easily for yourself so that you can just use an approach of exercising whatever you feel like in the day. So rather than fixating yourself too much that you are doing Monday push day, then Tuesday leg day, Wednesday you do the pull day, and then you just repeat that, and at some point you're burning out because you are not actually having fun with this. Just do this approach and test it for yourself if this is a way where you can actually stick to exercising. And this way you can also kind of exercise every single day, because there's always going to be a muscle group where you are not fatigued in. But when there is a day where you're feeling absolutely destroyed and you're, let's say, not having strength left, or you are not even in the mood to exercise, then you should take a day off. That would be here in this case, let's say on Friday, like off day. Let's do it this way, off day. I don't think you can read this now, but this is basically our off day on Friday. And if then on Saturday you feel like you want to exercise again, just repeat step number 1 basically, where you are thinking about what exercise you enjoy the most in the day. Then you are doing that, and you're gonna repeat that now day by day by day basically. And in a couple of weeks from now, if you're following this approach, it will make your life way easier in my opinion, because the thing that happened to me is that in the moment I did it intuitively and I tried to exercise the things that I actually felt like I wanted to do them, it made my progress so much faster and so much easier to stick to, so that I will never go back to have a fixed workout plan that on Monday I do X, on Tuesday I do the next thing, basically what I explained it here. This is an absolute stupid approach of exercises in my opinion, or at least this is not working for me. Like I say that's stupid, but for some people a very fixed plan, it's working. For me it doesn't, and maybe for you it doesn't neither, because in the moment you are just trying to stick to a plan too much, but you are not actually feeling in the mood that you are wanting to exercise this specific thing in that specific day, then most likely you're gonna burn out. That being said, even if you could exercise now 7 days out of 7 in a week because you're doing the intuitive approach and you're always exercising those muscle groups that hurt you the least basically and that you would enjoy training in the day, recovery is very important, and it might be a very good idea to every now and then just take a day off training where you're doing basically nothing apart from your walking routine or maybe some small cardio training, because recovery is very important and it is not separated from your exercises. It is actually a part of your training routine, because in the moment you're giving your body enough time to repair your muscle fibers and also your central nervous system, you're going to progress way faster, as if you are going overboard all the time and you're basically just fatiguing your muscles and your nervous system. In the moment you're too fatigued, you're not going to progress, and maybe you're even sabotaging your progress just by not taking a day off. So just do the intuitive approach, and if you are feeling good to go, go for it. If you're feeling like you have too much muscle ache, or maybe your joints are hurting you or something, then it is a good idea to just incorporate this day off. I'm really curious about how you handle your routine and how you are approaching these off days. Let me know in the comments down below what strategy you follow, if you have a strict plan or if you are doing it kind of intuitively as well. If you found this video helpful at all, make sure that you are giving it a thumbs up so that I know that people are actually enjoying this kind of videos. And if you don't want to miss out on future videos exactly like this one, make sure to also hit that subscribe button. And if you want to know how to build strength so fast it feels like cheating, you can go and watch this one next. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next one.